Hello, I received your question about problem number 3 in section 2.1 on page 667. You have this expression here, and the directions say simplifying the following expression by using the distributive property and combining like terms. So it has two parts. You want to use the distributive property first and then combine like terms second. Since you're having difficulty with this, I'll try to take it slowly. Okay, you want to use distributive property to remove the parentheses. When you're using distributive property, whatever's outside the parentheses, you got to multiply times each item inside the parentheses. So you got to multiply this y times the two items inside the parentheses. And so I'm going to write y times 3 minus y times y. So the two items inside the parentheses I've multiplied by y. Do the same thing with the next set of parentheses, the second set of parentheses. I want to multiply each item in the parentheses by the 5. And so that'll be 5 times x plus 5 times y squared. Now I'm putting the dot here between the 5 and the x. I mean, that dot's optional. It means multiplication. If you do not put the dot, then it's understood. So everywhere I'm putting this dot, I mean, it's okay just to leave it blank, and it's understood to be multiplication. The last one's a little bit more tricky because you have a minus here. This minus sign is going to change the sign of both of these. What's in the parenthesis. You'll multiply what's in the parenthesis by minus x. And so minus x times 2 will be minus x times 2. Then minus x times minus 7y. When you multiply two minuses, you get a plus. And students really often mess up on this plus. And so be real careful here. So x times 7y. And again, it's optional. Put that dot there, which means multiplication. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just rearrange this a little bit. Normally, this is y times 3. Normally, we put the number before the variable. So I don't write that as 3y. Y times y, that's y squared. And then this is just, I'm just going to write 5x without the dot here. And I'll write 5y squared without the dot. Here I'm just going to rearrange it and write it as 2x. Here I'm going to rearrange this and write this as 7xy. Normally we put the number first. Now I need to identify like terms. I have a 3y here. Do I have any other terms with only y? The answer is no. So I'll just carry that down. Here we have a y squared. Do we have any other terms with just a plain old y squared? We do. I have this minus y squared, and I have this 5y squared. So I'll need to combine those. Let's see, what else? I have a 5x and a minus 2x. Those are like terms. Then there's no other term like this last one, so we'll just carry it down. And so the first term is 3y. Last term is 7xy. Now I need to combine the y squareds. And here you need to be careful. This is a minus y squared, and this is a plus 5y squared. So you got a minus 1 here. So there's still be a 1 there. You got minus 1 plus 5. That's 4 y squared. Okay. So you got to consider that minus 1 here. Then you got 5. Now when you do the same thing with the x's here, I need to combine those two, and I have a plus 5 and a minus 2. That would be 3, and I attach the variable. Now also you asked about the order you write your answer in. You should be able to write this in any order. For example, I could swap the first two. I could put the 4y squared and then the 3y. Okay, and then same goes for the next two. I could put the 7xy and then the 3x. I mean, the order here should not matter. Sometimes they do want the highest pair first. And so they might put the squared term first, and then these are understood to have an exponent of 1. They would come later. So there is a kind of a practice to go from highest, biggest pair down to the lowest pair. But here, I mean, it should be okay to write them in any order. Hope this helps. Bye.